Hey, it's Taylor, and welcome to Explosive Finishing. Now, in this video, you're going to learn all the principles that will help you finish more three-point plays, how to go up strong and finish around the rim and not get blocked by your defender, how to finish over bigger defenders, and how to score a lot more points by, never getting blocked again, never missing a layup again, none of that nonsense. You're going to go up strong and finish every time you go to the rim by using these principles. Now, this is something I've had to work very, very hard on because I'm not naturally a great finisher, okay? I wasn't born athletic. I had to work for every ounce of athleticism that I had, and I had to work for a long time to get good at finishing around the rim. But I did, and I know exactly how you can do the exact same thing by following the same principles that I use, okay? So let's jump right into the presentation right now. I'll show you all those principles, and you can put them to work in your game. Okay, so welcome to Explosive Finishing, and this is all about, obviously, how to finish strong around the hoop and not get blocked, not get bumped away by defenders, and how to just finish strong over whoever you're playing against. So first, there's two key points I want to get across, all right? First of all, don't be soft. All right, this is the biggest one. You have to be looking and really enjoying the contact that goes on around the hoop, or you're going to just get smothered at the next level. All right, so first of all, don't be soft. All these principles really require that you create contact. The next one is keep it simple, stupid, all right? And you've probably heard this acronym. It's KISS, keep it simple, stupid. There's tons of instructional videos out there. I know because I've bought pretty much all of them. And they're all touting these complicated, like kind of up and under 360 moves that you don't need and you shouldn't use, frankly, in games. All right, the whole point of finishing strong around the rim is keeping it simple. All right, unless you've got LeBron James, John Wall type athleticism, you need to keep it very, very simple. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that, but still be very effective with your finishing. So 2 steps, all right, 2 quick steps to finishing strong at the rim. Most people only focus on one of them, but don't be that player, right? Master both of them. The first one is beating the second line of defense, and we're going to talk about some moves and techniques that you can use to do that. So you need to beat the second line of defense before you can go up and finish strong at the rim. So finishing has 2 parts. Beat the second line of defense, then finish strong at the rim. Okay, and we're going to talk more about both of these things. We're going to talk about finishing moves. We're going to talk about moves to beat the second line of defense. And we're going to talk about drawing more three-point plays. Now, let's talk about how to finish strong, all right, first of all, so that you know the key principles, okay, before we get into any of the moves. First, you need to recognize which angle the defender's coming from. Are they on the opposite side block? Are they going to come and contest you on the baseline? Are they going to contest you in the middle of the key? Are they going to come out to 5 feet maybe? Maybe you should spin off them and treat them as a second line of defense. Maybe you need to see where the second line of defense is. So if there is a second line of defense, where are they and what are you going to do to beat them? You need to recognize all these things before you actually go up and finish at the rim. Next, you need to keep your body between the ball and your defender. Okay, so what I mean by this is you need to turn your body so your shoulder is facing the defender, and you need an outside hand that's going to go up and actually finish the shot. Okay, so if you're doing a layup, the outside hand is going to do it, but that shoulder, your body, is always in between you and the defender. We're going to go into more detail on this, obviously, a little bit later. And next, you need to look for contact or at least create it. Okay, so look for contact. Go up and be looking to hit somebody, to get hit, or to get bumped and finish the play. Remember, three points is worth more than 2. If you can get fouled and still finish the shot, which we'll teach you how to do, you're gonna score more points. 3 is worth more than 2. So look for contact or create it, and this will also put you in a more aggressive mindset to get up and finish strong instead of kind of shying away from the contact. Now, remember these keys when you're learning each move, all right? Recognize first where the defender's coming from, beat the second line, keep your body between the ball and your defender, and look for contact. So let's go over the finishing moves. There's 2 moves that you need to beat the second line of defense. These are the 2 most effective moves, period, okay? First one's the Euro step. The second one is the spin-off, okay? Next, there's 4 moves to finishing at the rim. And these are, again, the most effective moves. We're not going to get into all these 360 between the legs moves. We're going to keep it simple and do what works. So finishing at the rim, there's the shoulder finish, the up and under, the floater, and the half reverse. We're going to show you all of them. So first of all, beating the second line of defense. This is the first step in the equation. Remember, you got to know how to beat the second line of defense. So the first move is the Euro step. And first you got to recognize, obviously, which angle the defender's coming from. Then you're going to approach the defender, step in one direction, step in the opposite direction, and finish. Okay? So let's break it down a little bit more in detail. So you're going to approach the defender, recognize where they're coming from. The first step is going to be a head, shoulder, and step fake. So if you see in that very first picture, the picture to the far left, okay, I'm stepping to one side opposite of where I'm actually going to go. Okay, so that's a step, shoulder, and head fake. Your whole body is kind of leaning in that direction to make the defender lean with you. Next, you're going to push off that foot and take a long second step around that defender in the opposite direction. Okay, so it throws them, makes them lean to one side, step around, go up, and finish. It's really, really simple, but make sure that that you do it correctly. Otherwise, you're either going to travel or you're going to get just put in front of and the ball's going to get blocked and it's not going to work. So make sure that you really, really sell that head, shoulder, and step fake first. Second, long step in the opposite direction around the defender, then go up and finish. The next move is the spin off, and this is a lot simpler, okay? Again, first of all, you recognize which angle the defender is coming from. Next, you head, shoulder, and step fake or between the legs. Either one, you're going to somehow fake in the opposite direction from where you're spinning, okay? So head and shoulder and step fake is one option, or a between the legs move. Then you're going to spin off that pivot foot past your defender and towards the basket. Spin off the pivot foot past the defender, around the defender, towards the basket, and then finish strong. And I usually recommend finishing on the same side or at the middle of the rim. There's 2 ways to do this, okay? You can go up for a layup, or you can do what I most often do, and you can kind of shoot a fadeaway jumper, okay? So you can spin right into the fadeaway jumper. It works a lot more naturally, and it'll make sure that your defender is not going to stick with you. So often this move is going to kind of, your defender is going to be with you, okay? On a spin-off, your defender is not going to get too thrown off, and they're going to be somewhat with you, but you're going to get an inch of room, which is why I always use that fadeaway jumper, because you're going to get just enough room to actually still get that shot off, okay? So make sure that you keep that in mind. Either finish strong on the same side, create that contact, bump, and get the shot off, or fadeaway jumper, hit the shot, and go up and finish. Now, next, let's talk about finishing at the rim. Okay, so once you've beaten that second line of defense, what are you going to do to finish at the rim? We got several moves for you to use. The first one is the shoulder finish. You're going to position your shoulder towards the defense as you approach. Okay, so as you're approaching the defender, position your shoulder towards them, almost go at a 90-degree angle between their body and your body. So position your shoulder towards the defense as you approach, jump up and slightly into your defender. Okay, I say slightly because you're just trying to create that contact. You're looking for contact, but you're not trying to bowl them over and get an offensive foul, obviously. So jump up and slightly into your defender. After feeling the bump, finish with your outside hand. So bump, outside hand, finish. Really, really simple, right? So go up, jump slightly into them, bump, finish with your outside hand. And we're going to get into a principle called compacting that you can use to get more hang time and get more and ones within this move. So we'll talk about that very, very shortly. The next move is the up and under, and you're going to do this along the baseline when you see the defender jumping to block you on one side of the hoop. So in this case, my defender is jumping to block me on the right side of the hoop. So I'm going to use the hoop as kind of a barrier. I'm going to use that as protection. So I jump, okay, small fake up as though you're finishing on the same side as they're trying to block. They're going to try to block it. You're going to duck under and finish on the opposite side. You need a little bit of athleticism to pull this off, but it will be effective in certain situations. Now, don't overdo this, okay? I got caught in that early in my career, because I saw a lot of, high level players like Michael Jordan was actually the first player I saw do this. Kobe Bryant does it sometimes, but you don't want to overdo this. Okay. I fell in that trap, and often you'll see a second defender coming down to actually block you on the opposite side. You don't want that. Okay. So be aware where all the defenders are at one time. All right. Only do it if that other side is clear. If both sides are jammed up, you're better off not necessarily attacking and maybe going for something like the floater, which we're going to get into now. So perform this move when the second line of defense or the big man, either one, challenges you more than 4 or 5 feet away from the hoop. Okay, so there's a little bubble that you can you should know, where you can jump from and actually finish it. So 4 to 5 feet is just a general recommendation. But if you're at the point where you can't really jump around the guy or jump and bump them and finish, you're going to want to use a floater or just beat the second line of defense. But often this is going to be more effective. So first of all, recognize the position of that second line of defense or the big man. All right, recognize where they are. Stop around 2 feet in front. And it's just going to be a soft jump shot just floated right over top of the big man's outstretched arm. And you're going to shoot straight up and down. So what a lot of players do is kind of drifting to one side. They're going to drift forward as they shoot. This is a big, big mistake. You're going to shoot up and down. You're not looking to draw contact here, okay? This is not a contact move. You're just looking to float the ball right over top of the big man. And one player to look at as they do this is Tony Parker. He's very, very effective at it, and you should be watching what he does. But it's just a small floater right over top of the big man so that they can't block your shot. The next one is the half reverse, and I use this very, very often, okay? You're going to perform this move when your defender's on your hip, trailing you to the basket on a drive. So they're still kind of with you. Maybe you haven't beaten them entirely, but they're trying to block you, okay? So you're going to bump your defender off as you drive. As you're driving, they're kind of beside you. Before you go up, bump them. Okay, give them an elbow, a shoulder, something like that. Don't make it obvious, don't get called for a stupid foul, but give them a bump. Make contact, all right? Basketball's a contact sport. Make contact, go up, and as you jump off the outside foot, you're going to turn your body to shield the ball from the defense. Okay, so notice how my back kind of shields the ball from the defender, and you're going to finish with your inside hand just over your shoulder. Outstretch it just over your shoulder as you're finishing. Okay, so the defender's sticking with you. Okay, you're driving, he's on your hip, bump him, turn your body, you're going to jump off your outside foot, turn your body, and just lay the ball in off that outside hand. Works very, very, very well. So like I said, we have that bonus technique on how to increase your hang time and get more three-point plays. So I want to share this with you now, and it's called compacting, okay? You want to use this technique to gain more air time so that you can still draw contact and stay in the air long enough to finish, all right? You're going to use this in instances where, you're using maybe a shoulder finish, or you're just going up strong and you don't really know what finishing move you can use yet because the defense hasn't made their move, but you're going up, and what you're going to do is pull your knees toward your body. So pull your knees up and pull the ball down. Okay, so notice how I'm protecting the ball here. I'm pulling it up, or I'm compacting my entire body. Knees and ball go together, and I'm protecting it. Again, don't overdo it. You don't want to scrunch up like completely. You don't want to scrunch your entire body up and become too small, but slightly just bring the ball down, bring your knees up, wait for the bump. Okay, wait till you make contact with the defender. You're gonna bump, and then your knees being up is gonna lift your feet more off the ground, and it's gonna give you more hang time. So you're gonna get bumped, then finish with the outside hand. So use this technique, compacting, all right? Bring your knees up and keep the ball low to actually gain more hang time, get bumped, and then finish and complete the three-point play. So I just want to quickly overview all the moves and techniques that we just went over so that you can put them to work in your game. So the moves, first of all, the first two are obviously to beat the second line of defense. We got the Euro step and the spin off. The next four are to finish around the rim. So the shoulder finish, the up and under, the floater, and the half reverse. These moves are really the only moves that you're going to need to actually finish strong around the rim. So you don't need all these advanced kind of 360 between the legs type moves. You need to keep it simple and use these moves. And the techniques, again, recognize first of all which angle the defender is coming from. Beat the second line of defense so that you can get to the rim. Keep your body between the ball and your defender, always protecting the ball, and look for contact, or at least create it yourself, all right? Always be looking for contact. And again, obviously, looking for contact only goes for the shoulder finish or any other hard finish that you're just going up for a layup. With the up and under, the floater, and the half reverse, that's more, well, with the half reverse, you are looking for contact, but with the up and under and the floater, you're just looking to avoid the contact and protect your shot. So again, look for contact with the majority of your finishes unless you're doing a more finesse move like the up and under, the floater. And again, that compacting technique for and ones, use it. Pull your knees in, get more hang time, pull the ball down, protect the ball, and you'll get and one for a 3-point play. It's really, really effective. Now, this is a couple players that I'd like you to take a look at how they finish. The first one's obviously Kobe Bryant. He's a genius and a master at it. He is probably the best finisher in the game today. Another one is Brandon Roy. He's very good for a smaller player at finishing. And his overall game is very important to watch as well. He's a very good scorer. Tony Parker is good at protecting the ball, but also the floater move again. And Tyreke Evans is exceptional at beating the second line of defense. If there's one person to watch with their Euro step, it's Tyreke Evans, or another player's Manu Ginobili. But Tyreke Evans right now has one of the best Euro steps in the game today, and I definitely recommend watching it. So again, as always, try out all these moves, but make sure you're watching this game tape to see these players, why they do what they do, and how they do it so well, and you're going to learn a lot from them. So put these moves, put these techniques into action for yourself, learn how to finish around the rim, and you're going to become a way, way, way better basketball player. Overall, you're going to score more 3-point plays, finish around the rim strong, and never get pushed around by the defense. All right, so train hard. As always, good luck with these moves. Let me know how it goes, and I